Recording in progress.
Brother.
If it
Nice
doesn't
save,
say
Megan.
Yeah,
No
well, it's
kidding.
supposed to be automatic.
I only
It's not.
24/7 on Zoom, you know.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, lead us in, baby.
Lead
Lead us in. What are we doing?
I forgot. You told me a little while ago and I forgot. We're sinking the ship today. Oh, I know what we're doing. We're sinking all ships if they need to be sunk. And we're talking about a way to make agreements that work.
Yeah.
So see, I did remember. I'm sorry, I just had to like switch my
No,
head from
you remember.
where I was.
Very good.
Sinking ships.
So that's what we're doing, but I don't know in which order we're doing that.
Told you.
Well, let's check in. Let's have everybody check in.
Okay.
Take a couple minutes each. And how's it going? What are you up to? If there is a struggle, you can name it. But we don't need to go into the whole thing just yet. Right? So, and we're all struggling. Trust.
We're not struggling.
You and I are struggling.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Struggling so bad.
I'd like to share first. I'm happy to share.
Go.
We went to the East Coast and we had the best time. A lot of people wouldn't say that they had a wonderful time in New York. They would say New York drove them crazy. But we had a wonderful time. Brooklyn was in the house.
Yeah.
We really did have fun. Michael has never ridden on the New York subways before. We rode
Wow.
on the subway. In my whole life, I've never rode on the subway and gotten in for free, but on our last subway ride, we were leaving Chinatown and a guy went like this and he opened the subway doors and 5 people walked in and we were 2 of them. And I said to Michael, in my whole life, I had never gone on the subway for free ever. It's a whole thing. So we did.
And I said, me either.
So anyway,
Oh,
we had a great time in New York. We then went to Fire Island, which is my family's old home, and Michael got to see like a pristine beach with no people on it, like just like beach. And we decided we might go there in the fall every year now. And then we went to Philadelphia, which is a completely different city. New York is filled with people, buildings, dogs, food. And we went to Philly, which is green and gorgeous and spacious. And,
wow.
and we had a ball there.
That's great.
And we got a lot of love. 200 people came to see us over the course of 5 nights. 200, count them, came to see us, came to cheer us, came to hear us, came to love us. And we just fucking left there with like, wow. It was just so good, I have to say.
And people want to connect. Like, it's so cool. They want to connect. They want to have that juicy connection in life. So that was really.
Yeah, a lot of people want extraordinary lovers. A lot of people want Tantra meets BDSM.
Go get my drink real quick. I'll be right back.
And I got an idea for a new course that I'm going to do.
Yeah.
On the first night that I spoke, I was speaking with a woman who was we were on a panel. She's a OBGYN. And when she did ISTA, she came to me and she said, how come I never learned any of this in medical school? And I said to her, because medical school is run by the patriarchy and the only thing they do is prescribe pills and operate. They don't tell you how to heal things and they don't tell you to look inside or do anything like that. So she and I did a talk. It was our first one. It was my idea. I told her I wanted to be on stages with her where she goes like this and I talk. Anyway, we had some tantric exercises. We had 7 OBGYNs in the audience. We had a whole bunch of women who were going crazy because in New York, they don't prescribe HRTs. So women, they prescribe Wellbutrin. They give women the psychopharmaceuticals.
Antipsychotics and calming drugs or whatever.
They don't give them hormones. So the women in the audience were like, and there were 4 men in the audience. They were ex-students of mine or
Fans.
Instagrads, and I'm going to create tantra for peri and menopausal women. I'm going to create a whole course so women can go inside and be their own true north and stop and then know how to fight with their doctors, because I'm going to bring Parosh with me and she's going to tell them how to fight with their doctors.
Mhm.
I'm
Cool.
so anyway. So I'm on a kind of high. Thank you for listening.
And I'm the nerd that got all the video of it, right? Like I was so in the background with my video camera and all.
You were in the foreground twice.
Oh yeah, but I was running the video the whole time, so it was great. It's really good. I
And
got
tell
some
them
stuff.
if you had a good time. And like, I love New York. There's a t-shirt.
Oh, I love New York. I do. We listen. I got a whole nother side of Lori on Fire Island. Okay, she's told the story about how like she yoga boxed her dad. She was yoga boxing the ocean. I went there. I was there on that beach where Lori was doing that, and I go, "Is this the beach where you were like?" And she goes, "Oh yeah." My dad would come over and be like, "Is that for me?" She'd be like, "Who do you think?"
So he took new videos of me yoga boxing the ocean.
Yeah,
Yes.
in the sunlight instead of middle of the night. Yeah, it was good. We had a great time. We had a wonderful time, folks. It was
Cool.
amazing. My share is all that. Got to do all that. We got to meet some new people and play in some new playgrounds. And I love Philly. Wow. If that place was like that all year round, I'd be like, let's move. But I understand that it's not. So,
No, thank
it's
you.
like,
No.
nope. Yeah, it's like being in Denver in the summers. Amazing, but man, forget it when winter comes around. Boy, it's a totally different world. So
Philly
yeah,
is
we had a great time. We had a great time. Who wants to go next?
It was too quick.
Pick
quick.
someone.
I'll
Jake, he's
go.
got
You.
Jeez almighty. I'll go. Let's see what's going on new. Gosh, work is crazy, but that's okay. Our relationship is great. Meg just got back from a 10-day trip from Morocco, so this is like really the first night that we get to hang out together. So
nice.
we were like, let's hang out with Michael and Lori on our first night.
Yeah. Love
Yeah.
it. Glad to have you here. Yeah. What else?
What else? But
Oh, me too.
Yeah.
I've been gone for 11 days and then I was home for a little bit and then I was in Panama before that. So 2 fun international trips back to back. In between that, 2 of my leadership team has left my team. So I'm in a bit of a chaotic place right now, trying to figure out what to do to get enough support. Keeping my head on straight and running things without losing my mind. But it's all good. And
yeah,
we were just having an interesting conversation right before this. So
we got a little conflict.
All right.
We're here.
Perfect day for that.
yeah, that's and I just said we're gonna get on this call and the universe is gonna deliver exactly what we need. And then you came in and said the topics of what we were talking about, and we're like, yep.
I quite literally said like something around sinking ships.
Yeah.
That was the first thing you said. I was like, that sounds about right.
Yeah.
Hey,
That's great.
do you want to see? Can we call on Lita?
Let's have them choose.
Oh, all right, you choose.
You choose who's going next.
Oh, we choose. Sorry, I didn't
Yeah.
get what you were saying. Yeah, Lita. Do you see her in the participants list?
Yeah, I
She's
see your
there.
microphone is off.
No, that's the camera.
Oh, camera's off.
Oh,
Camera's
There we
off.
Yes.
There she is.
can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Tap, is this thing on?
Yes.
All right.
Yes, it is.
Oh my gosh, I'm just driving back from Palm Springs over to my sister's wedding rehearsal, which I'm probably going to be 5 minutes late now, but because I was stuck in traffic. But oh my gosh, I need some grounding. I'm just, Chris and I have been like moving out of our RV from Washington. We were in Washington with his mom for almost 3 months. We just got into LA yesterday for my sister's wedding this weekend. So a lot of packing, a lot of shipping to Florida, shipping to California, and then packing for the wedding. And then my body yesterday decided, let's sleep for 12 hours. So telling me I need to slow down and, take breaks. So I'm looking forward to that once we get into Florida next week. So Chris and I are adjusting in between moving, weddings, kids, and Chris going back to work. So Chris, you can take it away from here.
Hey,
Okay,
Lita. You.
Thank you, Lita.
good intro. Okay, so all of those things are really big. It seems like there's a lot of transitions happening right now. That is in a sea of kind of just having lived nomadic for the last year and a half, and finishing off 3 months living in our RV in my mom's driveway, watching both her and my sister who live in that home not doing very well physically, and also needing to just because life moves on. It's our time where we're leaving and moving on. We're going to be spending the next 4 months in Florida. I was asked to come back and help out with my old company, and people that used to be in my company have been promoted to run 13 other companies in the the company that bought mine. So um, one of my former coworkers asked me to come back and help out with a few of them, and so I've accepted that. It's probably a multi-year commitment, although it's not there's not a number of years that I've made on this, but I was ready for something, guys. For real, like I wasn't sure what I was going to do. I was kind of like, I didn't have this graceful retirement, landing planned, and it's kind of like I was probably being a real butt to Lita just because I wasn't occupied, and I'm used to being more occupied. I'd even gone out and bought like an Elvis suit, and I was gonna like start doing like Elvis cocktail server weddings, or whatever. I I didn't know what I was gonna do, but I so when this request to come back came to me, I decided to surrender and just say yes and do something. And it's got a lot of familiarity, um, and it's going to be good for a period of time. And I'm in day 3 of it, and I'm drinking from a fire hose. But other than that, it feels good. So, you know, one side of being on an RV and living is you have all of this. You can be wherever you want, whenever you want, and that sort of thing. But I miss having a home base, and Lita misses having a home base, and we see that has also brought some challenges. As far as feeling safe and secure and grounded in our relationship. And that includes having a normal schedule where we like talk on Thursdays. We'll have Tough Talk Thursday, or hard conversations in our swimming pool while drinking a glass of wine, twice a week. Or we've gotten off of that routine and have struggled to get back to the place where we used to communicate about hard shit. And that kind of has surfaced some cracks in our foundation that we really are looking for some help with, and we've reached out to Michael and Lori. We'll have a future conversation about that. We just celebrated our 27th anniversary. I'm so in love with Lita, and I feel so much love by her. But we also have some big fucking problems to deal with sometimes, and we haven't conquered how to do that. But we both are committed to working on it, and we're at a place right now where we're ready to put the blinders on and get focused and do some work. So that's short story.
Awesome, Chris. Thank
Great,
you.
thank you.
Thank you for that. Yes, we're so happy you're ready for that. And who's going to go next? You get to choose.
I think the only one left is you, Darren.
You.
Oh, us?
So Chris Huber is going to choose who goes next. Oh, John is telling us who's going to. Okay.
How about John?
Ah, thanks a lot. I thought we were love buddies.
Yeah, we are. That's the love right there.
No love there. So we are we're nearing the end of our second month extended honeymoon, being away from Florida. We are living in a rented condo on the beach in Bethany Beach, Delaware. And we've been here for 6 weeks. We have another couple of weeks. And it basically is a chance for us just to get away from the madness of our life in Florida, which in a lot of respects centers around Chris's mom, who's 93, and she's the caregiver. And so that's been recently a bit of a challenge. She'll tell you more about it in a second, but we're thoroughly enjoying ourselves here. We don't have complications of work life because I'm what my friends would call a PIP, a previously important person, and the fact that I'm not working is actually a good thing. But it's been very relaxing. We play a little golf. We lie on the beach a lot. We have friends here. We reconnected with my cousins for a cousins picnic up in Philly. Not when you guys were there, but about a month ago, and it's been a delight being here. We're getting close to. I'm getting close to getting back to our normal life, but as far as the two of us, it's been a nice run for me anyway. It's been very nice, and we're just enjoying our time.
Wonderful.
Awesome. That's great.
All right, I choose Christine.
So Chris, you gave me a good idea when you said tough talk to a Thursday or Tuesday. That sounds good to me because there are conversations that have to come up and conversations that have to be had.
Really?
And
Oh,
yeah, and so John told you all the good stuff that's been happening here, but in between all that, my mother, who's 93 and in independent living, fell and broke her pelvis. And so I have been on the phone for a week trying to find a rehab center that'll take her. So I've had a kind of a chaotic week, but it's getting resolved. And I'm so grateful my brother has stepped up, which is new in my world. And he's handling it. So I'm trying to just support him and not go rushing back and take over, which is my normal MO. So
Great.
what was that?
That's great
Oh, yeah.
that you're not taking over, that he's doing it. It's great.
Absolutely.
I told him, I said, when you feel like you can't handle it anymore, you've got to say so. But while you can, I'm backing off and just being supportive and doing the research for him that he needed me to do. So that's what's happening. And we've had some early nights because I'm really exhausted. I think it's emotionally exhausted when we go to bed at night. But it's just such a nice place to be, and we really are enjoying this. It's a tiny little condo, but it's perfect. It's right in the right place. And it's right on the water, and there's nothing like waking up to the sound of the ocean.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
And the sun coming out of the ocean.
Right.
That's the coolest thing.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's been really
Yeah,
spectacular.
you look like you got a little sun there, John.
Oh yeah.
That's
All
great.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, welcome back to a whole new conversation. Last time that we were together, we talked a little bit about rituals. how to build a ritual, how to develop a ritual. I sent you some documentation. I don't know if you got it. I want to check in. Did you? Did you get
Yes.
those emails? Okay.
Yeah.
Did you get a chance to look at them?
Yes.
Yes, did
No,
we
Megan.
work on them?
Did you work on them?
No.
Okay. So these materials are things that as we continue to go through this program, you're going to get more of these. And we've developed some of this inside of this newness that we're calling the Extraordinary Lovers Method. And so inside of the method, you guys all know what it is because you've been through it. So it's self-love, the 3 pillars, which are self-love, love of your partner, and then love that manifests. And then the 4 practices, right? The 4 practices are the tools that we teach you, and they're embedded in different categories. Those categories being rituals and sacred communion, exquisite touch, or also called intimacy expansion. One is the emotional release and repair, right? That one's incredibly important. And then the last one, I'm going off of memory here because we put it all together and now I'm going off of memory. And the last one is, connection and presence, right? Presence being one of the most important pieces to what we do here. So one of the things that we found is inside of our conversation is that, and by the way, a relationship is kind of like a conversation, like an ongoing conversation. And sometimes what it takes is changing the conversation or ending the conversation and starting a new one. Like, you know what? I don't necessarily want to talk about this anymore. Or I don't want to talk about it in that way. Let's do something different. Let's just shift this up. Lori and I call that sinking the ship. So take the relationship and sink the ship part, and let's figure out how to relate to one another, right? So how many of you have tired conversations going on? Like the same old conversation over and over. And it's like, oh, can we just get a new one going? Yes, you can. Yes, you can. You can have a brand new conversation. I think in Latin, it's tabula rasa, which is to erase the tablet, to clear the space. And in Landmark, what it is talking about being able to move things out of the way so that you can move powerfully forward, right? And there's a concept called knowing what I know, knowing what I don't know, and not knowing what I don't know. Like you don't know what you don't know.
Yep.
We don't know what we don't know. This is just, I know that I don't know all there is to know about physics and rockets, right? I don't know how to fly an airplane. I know that I don't know that, but there are things that I don't know that I don't even know. I have no clue. So this is where we get into the world of creation, where we can actually create something that we'll begin to know, and it's a new conversation. And the conversation can be exciting. Actually, you get to create it however you want it to be.
Well, wouldn't it be called a conversation for possibility?
Ding, where's my bell? Say more.
Yeah, so it's like, I don't know what I don't know, but I'd like to explore the possibility of X, whatever.
Mhm.
And I don't have to know how. I don't have to know anything about it. I don't have to anything. I have to just declare it. And all of a sudden, things start showing up in my space and in the space of others about something that I'm creating possibility about. And I don't have to make any decisions. All I have to do is be open to those possibilities coming in.
Mhm.
So,
Really good. So what's a possibility that you want? I'm just going to ping everybody here. What's a possibility you'd like to start a conversation about? Megan.
How to talk about dreams, like not the dreams that you have at night when you're asleep, but the dreams that you have for life. How to actually talk about those.
That's really good. That's really powerful. I'm in there. I want to, yes.
he wants that. He'll have that conversation with you.
Yeah.
And if you have that conversation with him as you bounce off ideas with the other, possibilities for your own self will show up.
Mhm.
How to talk about what you're dreaming about.
Yeah. And so this is one of the struggles that Lori and I have, because Lori is very masculine in her way of doing business and developing. Her business is truly developing people, right? Like if you were to give her a business, it's like developing people, but it's also developing people in a holistic way where it includes sexuality, includes spirituality, includes all the things. So she's not really a dreamer in that sense, right? She knows what she does. She knows how to do it. She knows how to accomplish it.
Yeah, but I dream of other things.
She shows up and she's great at it. But she and I have had this difficulty of being like, what if we did this? And it's like, oh, that's too big. It's a little overwhelming sometimes. So I'm not telling on you. It's just,
No, but I'm going with it now.
Yeah,
I hired a consultant to get me out of the way, another dame.
that's right. Yeah.
So
So yeah. So
Yes.
so having conversations with Jake about your dreams, is that what I'm hearing?
Yeah, and
Awesome.
helping him figure out his and put words to his.
For his dreams. And for yours, right? So okay. All right. So that's a great conversation starter. Worthy of a conversation. Who else? Who else wants to throw something in here?
I got one.
Go, Chris.
This is a softball one for us, but it's like living abroad. How do we revisit that conversation in a way where we both get the things that we would love to have out of it, and take away some of the fears at the same time?
Yeah, that's a good conversation. Like, how do we solve problems ahead of time, not knowing what problems are going to come or arise? Yeah.
I want to have that conversation too.
Yeah, me too. I'm in for that. All right. What about you, Pearsons?
Have a foursome.
What conversation would you like to start? A new one.
You keep looking at me.
What conversation would you like to start? No. Okay.
I went first last time.
So, yeah, we don't know how long. I'm sorry. Were you saying something?
No, it's just.
No.
Okay. So we don't know how long the situation with my mother is going to confine us to Florida, to the home we're in, to the community we're in. And it's like, what's next? And so neither of us know what's next.
Yeah, I would say we're kind of stuck.
Right now we're stuck, but
Not just because of our mother, but because, we're unable to do some of the things that we'd like to do. And I would also say there's the whole psychological thing of, it's hanging over us. It's like they're all the time. It's her mother is a big part of our life all the time. And so it would be nice. And we wanted to be healthy. We wanted to live as long as she can and live a healthy life. We're not looking, but we also, in a way, would like to take back our own lives too, which has been hard to do.
this 2 months is a big stretch for us. And without my brother, we couldn't do it. And so that's why we're here, because we need to do that. We need to have a life of our own.
Yeah, totally. Thank you for that, because one of the questions or one of the things that I want to start to have a conversation about is, how do we celebrate one another? Like, how do we celebrate one another? Wouldn't it be great if we could come up with a way to celebrate one another in the midst of all the stuff we're going through? Like, you know what? Lori has been going through, she's so stoic sometimes, but I'll tell you, people have attacked her publicly on Facebook and other places that used to be dear friends of ours. And we're like, and so when she goes through that, and I look at her and I go, you're a master at
I don't think so.
holding it all. and letting it roll off your. She's like the queen of let them. Like she, you know what I mean?
I should have wrote that book. I'd be a zillionaire by now.
Just like it just rolls off her back. She feels it, but I want to celebrate her for that. Like I want to tell her, I want to acknowledge her and go, wow, it's big.
Who do I
It's
need
really
to beat
big.
up, Lori?
Yeah.
What?
Who do I need to beat up?
Well,
I'm with you.
the person that I mentioned on here and that I've mentioned in a post not too long ago has been served in the courts of Tel Aviv, Israel. And I heard from the lawyer this morning, we won a small victory, which is that he evaded being served 3 times, and you can only evade being served 3 times in Israel. And then the court decides whether you have a decent case or not, and whether just hanging the notice on his door is enough. And the court in Israel decided in our favor, and they hung the note on his door, so they consider it served. And I also will say that in our dealings in New York and Philly, only one out of our 4 hosts in the whole only one out of the 5 hosts who hosted us in our talks, only one heard from that guy. Like he got one last email that slipped through.
Yep.
But nobody else heard from him, so it stopped for a while. So
Yeah.
anyway, so I'm not that kind of person. I was never a litigious person or someone who wanted to sue somebody, but so thank you for wanting to celebrate me, and thank you for wanting to be my thugs and
Yeah.
beat him up.
And by the way,
I think he's going to get his.
You seem so much more upbeat and positive than when we met on this call last month, because that was when it really all came out, or maybe even the one before that, either July or August. And so the difference in you today is dramatic.
Thank you. Well, part of it was I felt like I was home on the East Coast. I don't feel like that in Arizona. I hardly know anyone in Arizona. You know what I mean? Like in Arizona, it's like I'm on vacation from everything.
Don't let her lie to you. She knows everybody.
No, being in New York and being in Philadelphia it was so good for my soul to be on home turf, really loved by people who know me forever.
Yeah.
Like that felt really, really good. It just felt
That's
really,
like
really
family.
good. So
Yeah.
So
yeah.
so thank you for wanting to celebrate me. I'm stoic. I am able to hold a lot because like I knew about Let Them before she wrote the book. I just didn't call it that. But like I learned to embrace it all in Tantra.
Yeah.
And I can embrace it all.
And you move energy.
I move the energy.
You do emotional release, you do what you say, you do what you teach. And so that's so important.
Yeah.
But so taking that idea, the idea of being able to create something new and the idea of being able to start a new conversation is one of the points of the Extraordinary Lovers method, because it really is about taking what works and then jettison the rest. Like and sometimes that requires jettison or getting rid of the current relationship as it sits. Like our baseline of relationship at this point has been changed. Lori and I has been changed probably close to a dozen times. Like we've literally said, we need to end the relationship the way it is right now. This doesn't work. And then we start to say to each other, how do you want to be related to? Because our relationship, the word relationship, the true work around relationship happens when we relate to one another. And just recently, it was this week actually, where Lori was telling me something. Can I tell this story? Is that all right?
I don't know which story
It's a story about when I said, okay, I want to be related to differently. This is the other night.
Okay.
All right. So thank you. So the other night, Lori was telling things that she wanted to do. Like there's some accomplishments and some things that we wanted to get done. And then I came in and I said, yeah, okay, so we want to do that. We want to do this. We want to do that. And she got upset with me. And she goes, hey, it's like you're trying to take credit for everything I just said. And I went, whoa, hold on. I said, I don't want to be related to like that. I don't want to be related to as someone who is just going to come in and take over and pretend like I stole your ideas and not give you credit. I said, first of all, I'm reiterating what you said. You have full credit for everything you said. So I want to be related to as your partner, not a thief, not somebody who's going to take from you, right? Call it mine and then
Run with it.
run with it as though you had nothing to do with it. I said, that's not me. Don't relate to me that way, please. Relate to me as your partner. And as someone who's coming alongside of you with all your great ideas and adding to that. And she was like, oh, okay.
I can relate to that.
Yeah.
I can relate to that, and I can relate to you that way.
Thank you. You said you would, and
I am.
and you got it that I wasn't doing what you thought I was doing. And so wherever that came from, that knee-jerk reaction, like we could have done a lot of things in that situation. I could have tried to psychoanalyze her and figure out where that happened in her life and blame it on that.
Oh, I know exactly where it happened.
That's the past. The past is useless, right? We're going to talk about this a lot. The past is useless. Your past is good for teaching you things as a stern Catholic nun teaching. That's about what your past is good for. But it's really, really a poor tool to carve your future out with.
And it's not the truth anyway.
You know?
It's an interpretation.
And the traumas that happened in the past are not happening to us right now. That's what Gabor says. I love what he says about it. He says, you know, he says the trauma happened when you felt all alone in the moment of your trauma. And a great example is, you know, a young man or a young woman is sexually abused and she doesn't say anything to her parents. And I think it was a conversation Gabor Mate was having with Mel Robbins, and she said, and he says, how would you explain if that happened to your daughter? How would you explain that? And she said, well, I would be completely upset. And I would. He said, no, I don't mean the feelings you would have. How would you explain it? And she said, oh, maybe she doesn't feel like she could trust me enough to say it to me. And he goes, that's the trauma. It's the being alone. It's the feeling like I don't have someone else who can be who will hold me and hold my back and help solve that problem. So those traumas, although they exist in our past, will torment us in our present and will sabotage our futures.
If we let them.
So I say all that to say this. When you're doing this, don't worry about the past. Just say, here's what I want to be related to from now on. Allow this to make your future better. Because we're upset with what was just going on. I didn't want to be treated like I was some kind of an idea thief. And I was going to take her ideas and it was going to be mine. I was going to get all the credit for it. That's not me. I'm your partner. I love you. I'm going to uphold your ideas. I'm going to share your ideas as your ideas. I'm going to give you credit because credit is due. And I'm consistent in that. You've all heard me say how much I love Alison Armstrong, give her credit for what she's done, what she's taught us. You've heard me give credit to Lori, right? So that's who I am. So whoever she was relating to me as was someone else, and it doesn't matter who it was. I need to be related to this way. This is who I am for you. Now, I have a caveat to this as I teach it. The caveat is sometimes our behavior is the reason we're being related to that way. And what we need to do is figure out a new way to behave so that when she relates to you that way or he relates to you that way, your behavior matches that. Let me explain. So I could have said, all right,
How dare you talk to me like that?
No, I could say, all right, I want to be related to as your partner. I don't want to be related to this other way. What do I need to do? How do I need to behave in order for you to treat me that way going forward? Like, what do I need to do so that you will treat me that way? That gives me power. I'm now able to go, oh, I can do that. Because she would say, hey, start with, hey, great ideas. I want you to have credit for that. Let's expand on it. And that's all she says. And I'm like, oh, yeah, I can do that. How many of you could find yourself doing that? Like, you'd be like, oh, yeah, that's not hard. Right. So if you have a situation where you want to sink the ship, and you now have to change your relating style. So it's now you're asking to start a new relationship essentially. Here's how I need to be related to. What do I need to do? Who do I need to be? How do I need to act in order for you to relate to me that way? Because I'm asking you to. And if there's something that I need to change, then I've got to be willing to do that. This is all adult stuff here, right? This is us being adults about it. So now Lori and I have this brand new conversation called We're Partners. And she is amazing at doing what she says. I've asked her many times, could you relate to me this way? And she go, I just related to you that way and you gave me shit for it. And I went, oops. Oh, okay. You're right. I'm sorry. You know, you can blow it. You can make mistakes, you know, but this is a process that's going to give you some it'll give you some access to having your relationship be fresh, having your path be consistent together. How do you need to be related to? It's okay to say, I want to sink the ship. You don't have to break up to do it. You really don't. You can simply sink the ship and start new. Tabla rasa. I'm sorry for all the times I've hurt you. Please forgive me.
It's hard.
I forgive you for all the times you've hurt me. Let's start over.
We say that to each other. We say, ho'oponopono.
Yes.
Like sometimes we're raising our voices and all of a sudden I'll go, oh, ho'oponopono. And if you don't know that, that's the poem, but it's a forgiveness poem. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I love you. Thank you. So instead of saying the whole thing every time, although we do that sometimes, I'll just look at him and go, oh, ho'oponopono. And that just means, I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I love you. Thank you.
It's one of those cool Hawaiian sayings that we got to appropriate, and it's so beautiful.
And I have a friend who did a song. So sometimes when I'm really feeling
He
it,
sings it to me.
I find it on Spotify and I sing it to him. And I'm happy to share it with you.
Yeah.
I'm happy to share the link with you.
Yeah.
She made a song out of it and we did a whole puja with it once where everybody sang ho'oponopono to each other. Like there was 100 people.
It was amazing. All right.
So
let's take some questions.
Okay.
Let's ping some people's brains and find out what's going on in there. What you got?
well, we have subject matter in two places. I know for sure. We have subject matter with Jake and Megan, and we have subject matter with Chris.
Yep.
Chris, as far as I'm concerned, you and Lita have a new life because you just moved
Yeah.
from being RV people to going back to a home. You also just left being with a mother. And you're not quite in the home yet, and you're going to work again. So like that's a whole new start to some things there.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. So you could relate to each other very differently because you have space
Mhm.
and other
Yeah, for
things.
sure. I just want to say that, like, one of the things that stood out for me is the Oponopono, the Hawaiian thing. It means I'm sorry, forgive me, I love you. Is that right?
Thank you.
I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I love you. Thank you. It's 4 lines. It's like a haiku.
Got it. You know, I love that because in the moment when, you know, we might actually drag ourselves into a really uncomfortable conversation point just because that starting point didn't happen. right after, I mean, I think we've all said something where immediately it's like, yeah, that didn't come out right, but I'm still mad. I'm not going to say anything. I'm going to float it out there and see if it does, if it's still going to like work. But, for me, that usually goes poorly. When I'm asking myself the question after I said something, if, oh, maybe that didn't come out very well, but I'm not feeling great enough or brave enough, probably a better word, to rescind it and apologize for it in any way right now. But this is empowering for me to hear that one thing. I just wanted you to say, like, I love it. I'm going to take it and run with it.
Yeah.
And we're gonna send you the song. Maybe we'll play the song at the end of today.
I don't know if I have. We'll
You
look,
have it, it's on Spotify.
I'll look for it. Yeah.
Okay, it's
No
Rhea
problem.
Sokol.
Oh, okay. So yeah, so this is a method that Lori and I use. This is an active thing that we use. It's sort of in the toolbox. It's not necessarily in the tool belt. Do you know? Like we keep it in the toolbox. It's something that we use. I put together a formula and a framework that can help you to take this and move through it a little with some support, with some help. So you don't have to memorize it. So I'm going to send you 2 PDFs. One will be what's called the Extraordinary Lovers Agreements tool. And the second one will be kind of it's the tool, but it's where you can write things in. Right.
Like
So
a worksheet.
yeah, it's a worksheet. That's exactly what it's like, a worksheet. So the first thing is we've called it the Extraordinary Lovers Agreements tool. And the purpose is to help couples create clear, conscious agreements that honor each partner's values, boundaries, desires, and fears while strengthening intimacy. So I don't know if I'm going to pop this in here really quickly. Last session that we had, there was some real struggle happening with Sanjay and Lena, and Sanjay was mentioning some things, and I got excited. He said, "Yeah, that's a real problem." And I said, "Oh, great, a problem." And he was like, "No, not good, not good." And I went, "Oh man." So for me, when Lori and I have an upset, or we have a breakdown, I actually get excited. I'm like, "Oh, cool."
Fix it.
The reason is because we've done this enough times where we recognize that even though it's crunchy in the moment, it always leads to a deeper intimacy between the two of us. Like it's sort of like we've conditioned ourselves now to where the result will be so much sweeter. So when I say, "Oh, good, you guys got a problem. Great, you're going to get closer." Like that's my mindset. I'm thinking to myself, "Oh, you're going to go deep. This is going to be good. You're going to create something special. It'll be unique to you." But it's hard to see that when you're in so much pain. And the pain is real.
Yeah, I'm like,
So,
I just go immediately to hopeless feeling.
Yeah.
I skip all over that excitement. I don't know why, but I just go straight to hopeless. And worst case scenario, and like, yeah, I love that. Like you could like immediately reframe that in your mind and see at least the positive side of it.
yeah. And I have a confession to make that my partner is like the best partner in the world. Sorry, guys. I'm just going to tell you, she's the best partner in the world. I'm a little biased, but she and I, when we do get into these kerfuffles, she's always willing to return to love. She's like, "How do we return to love?" I'm the same way now. I'm getting better at it, but it's sort of like the difficulty of having to deal with this upset, this breakdown that we've had, like consistently turns into something better. It's sort of like the prayer we give, right? May this great thing happen to you, or even better, right?
Or something better.
This or something better, and it's always something better. So I'm not saying that to toot our horn. I'm saying that to say that it's possible.
It's a possibility that it could be better for the struggle or for the thing. First of all, if you don't have the technology of calling it a breakdown, Chris, but this is for everybody. If you don't have the technology of calling it a breakdown instead of a fight, an argument, a threat, I don't know, other things. If you can call it a breakdown, then it's grounds for a breakthrough.
Yeah.
It's an old technology. It's been around since the 70s. It's from Landmark, and it was probably somewhere before Landmark, before Warner got his hands on it. Other people had the same technology. But it's actually a reason to cause a breakthrough, to cause more intimacy, to cause a better solution, to cause better communication, to cause a better dance.
Amen.
That's so good.
Thank you. Yeah, it's just applying it, that's all. But applying any of it, it really has to do it. I'm gonna tell you all, Michael's not that, he hasn't been that easy. He's a miracle that he even exists. I mean, his history is horrible, but if he went only by that history, it would be unworkable, but he wanted to change and he still does. So I mean, I'm just going to give you an example. Like we were doing a webinar last week and somehow the automations failed. And we had told hundreds of people about this webinar. Chris, you were signed up for it, Chris Huber. You were signed up for it. And the link didn't work. So here we were sitting just like this, ready to go do a webinar, and two people who happened to communicate with us 5 minutes before ended up being on it out of the 46 people who were signed up for it and who couldn't get on because the link didn't work. Now, I know I could live through that, but I couldn't guarantee that my partner here could live through that. Like he would, in the past, he would have a fit, deprecate, call himself an asshole, be fucked up, need alone time, have to go into his cave, need to get away from everybody, probably break his diet, his alcohol, his everything, and just have to like fuck himself up for a good 2 days or 3. And he sat on this call and he said, it's okay, we're going to have a breakthrough. And the two people got a great webinar. The replay is phenomenal. And he just sat here and he did the whole thing calmly. And I was like,
That's awesome.
way to go. What a fucking win. Everything is not a disaster. We don't have to sink the whole business.
Right.
And we did, so it was like a practice run through with 2 witnesses that gave us great feedback instead of 40 witnesses or whatever. And we'll do it again. But that was a huge win for you.
Thank you.
It was big.
Thank you.
And then wasn't even in a pissed off mood later. And so both me and Lance looked at him and we said, like, wow, you're amazing. And he didn't take that so well. He was a little bit, what do you mean? And we just went, you were really great. I don't know too many people who would have a breakdown like that in their business who would be able to just shine it on. I mean, shine it on, let them.
Yeah.
So.
Well, and let them was a big part of it. I knew that I had made mistakes. I went back and looked at all the emails and everything. I had to sort it all out of my head because I was like, what the hell happened here? So the technology that I was using, which is all new to me, but pretty simple to use, I made the mistake of putting the wrong link in, and I thought I changed it, but apparently it didn't save. So that was it. And I went, okay, well, I guess we're going to be professionals. We're going to deliver. Let's deliver this the best we can, and we'll do it again. So it was a practice run through. We had a couple of people there witnessing. It was really nice, and it turned out all right.
So that's a huge breakthrough, and that's possible in your relationships. That is possible in your relationships. Remember that it only takes one person to lean in.
Mm-hmm.
When we do the resistance thing, it only takes one person to lean in. So it only takes one person to say, wait, we could have a breakthrough here. We need to sink the ship. How do you want to be related to? Only one person has to remember.
I keep
Yeah.
telling Lita that like when we're really having a breakdown, that all it's going to take is for her to lean in, and this can all be fixed.
Yeah, but it
I'm
gets
kidding.
really tiring to be the
I'm
one who
kidding.
does it all the time. It
What
gets
about you,
really
Chris?
fucking tiring to be the one who does it.
Yes, I
Much
agree.
easier when it's
Yeah.
50-50.
Listen, Megan, it's never gonna be that. I'm sorry, it's a rude awakening. One of us is I'm more attuned to like lean in. That's just the way I'm built. It's something that I know. And it's funny because I've leaned in so many times that now he's actually starting to lean in, like it rubbed off.
You don't even
And there are
know.
plenty of times where I would go, like, I'd be knocking at his door, going like, Michael,
When you treat me.
Michael, and he would go,
like that.
no,
Yeah,
I don't want to talk now.
I'm mad at you. I think a lot of the help that I've gotten from being in the RLT program, the relational life therapy program, has really helped me to see myself.
Yeah, I think it has.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm more sensitive to.
Yeah. Lean in, Chris.
Lita
Lean
just
in,
sent
Chris.
Lita just sent a
Actually-
text. She said that she wanted to chime in here. She's at our thing now, but she wanted to say like a breakthrough that we are having at the moment, like in the last couple of months, is how when we are getting out of a breakdown, we've kind of gotten into, although it might, however ugly it was, we're kind of giving each other kudos of coming out of the breakdown, and we're recognizing that like what really took 12 hours or 18 hours to process used to take 3 days, and how good it felt to get through that in only say 12 hours. So she wanted to point that out. I also want to point out that um, I'm self-aware of, I have a really guilty admission here, is that the first part of it is I probably am the one to, you know, be the one that will sort things out first, be more willing to return to love, be willing to say it immediately, be willing to give a hug, even though it's really a tough time to do that, or, you know, whatever. But so let's just say I'll take credit for doing it, you know, more often. I don't know what percentage of the time, but let's say more often. But I also have to take credit for causing the mess most of the time. So
Love that honesty.
part of the challenge I have, and this really relates to the story Lori just told about Michael, is when you're the person that creates the problem because of your shit, right? This is me. I'm the person that creates the problem. It's really hard for me to be the one to steer things back, because I just want someone to like come in and say, hey, it's going to be okay, because I'm already badgering myself of having created this problem in the first place, having overreacted to something, or having made something up in my mind about how she's feeling in the situation, which has no bearing on what she's really feeling. I'm just, you know, inserting some bullshit from my past onto her or onto what we're dealing with, and it's not helpful. Um, and and so it's like, yeah, so I create most of the problems, and um it's probably not enough that I'm the first one to offer to clean it up, usually. But I will say this: when she is able to hold space for that stuff, it is a miracle in my world.
Yeah.
Wait, everyone take a breath to that. All right, so the key is, can you hold space? That's number one. Anybody on this call, can you hold space? One. And two, there is something about saying everything's going to be okay. Like I never had that in my life. I always wanted my mother to say it, but she didn't say it a lot. She was always worried about the outcome. She could never say to me, everything's going to be okay. So Michael does do that. I say to him, tell me that I'm brave and that everything's going to be okay. And he does. So if there's something you need your partner to say to you that will stop the action, if it's ho'oponopono, or if it's
Whoosh.
whoosh, or if it's everything's going to be okay, or if it's just pause, yellow, Yellow means pause in the world of BDSM. It doesn't have any like history to it. Yellow.
Mhm.
What I need right now is to just feel like everything's gonna be okay. Like this is temporary.
Yeah.
So those are all ways to do it.
Yeah. The other day I was whooshing. I was whooshing a lot. It was during the webinar that we put out. I whooshed a lot, and we talked about breakdowns inside of this technology that we're using. And then after that, I had a couple more whooshes, and I was like, and it was because of something Lori had said, or I just felt a whoosh. It wasn't necessarily Lori even saying anything or doing anything. It was just whooshes. And Lori starts giving me shit about my whoosh. Oh, you whoosh all the time. Why are you whooshing all the time? I'm like, babe, this is our technology. We whoosh. And then you can't
What-
give me shit about whooshing. You're not allowed to do that. And she goes, oops. Oh, I'm sorry.
Ho'oponopono.
Ho'oponopono. And we came right back to it. It's funny because whoosh is one of those things that can actually give you the pause and moment, Chris. It could give you that pause and moment that will allow you to then analyze what that feeling is in your body and then interrogate what it means.
Whoosh is the feeling in yourself that you're getting triggered, or
Remember the witness. Remember the witness Lori teaches, right? Where we go and we look at a snapshot or take a selfie of each of our chakra spots.
So
The 7 chakras.
in one of those places.
So the whoosh happens, and then we go into that. We go, okay, where am I feeling that in my body? Is it in my asshole? Is it in my sex? Is it in my belly, my solar plexus, my heart? Is it my throat? Is it my third eye, or is it my crown? Where am I feeling this? And the moment you know, because you know it, like the moment it happens, you're like, oh, stomach, oh. Now we can interrogate what that means. So it's important to whoosh as much as you want without feeling like you're going to get badgered for it. Right, Laurie?
Ho'oponopono.
Right? Yeah. I mean, these are mechanisms that we put in place and they're important and they work. They work. Yeah. So good job at coming back to love. And when you feel the whoosh, insert that before anything else happens, right? So if you can do that first, insert it in, then you can start to break apart what that was. And then you can get to love even sooner, or maybe even avoid the conflicts altogether. Yeah.
I keep thinking of there's a song when Chris says I feel helpless, I immediately think of a Crosby, Stills and Nash song, helplessly hoping her harlequin lover. I know all this, and anyway, it's like a helpless, and also Neil Young had a song, Helpless. One of those could also be used. Do you know what I mean? Like all of a sudden you could just play a song. We are helpless, helpless, helpless. And that just it personifies and exaggerates the feeling, and then you could come back. Like you could have a laugh out of it. So
All right,
all right, Megan and Jake have something I know.
let's go.
I know you're on, I don't know if you're on pins and needles, but I know you have something.
Look at that.
Jake.
Look at
Jake.
that.
I don't know what you're talking about, Larry.
Ah,
What did he say?
yeah, I don't know what you're talking about, Laurie.
No. First of all, she was gone for 11 days, so she was
Yeah.
having a great ass time. I know. And you were probably having I don't know what kind of time, but now you're back together and there's got to be something.
Yeah, I think I know, like me and my my entire life has changed in the last like 6 months. So I have a job, live in a new city, had some conflicts with my family. We're still we still talk and everything, but there were some boundaries that got put up by me.
Very good.
And so there's new relation with my father, who is my best friend for 40 years. And So yeah, there's lots of change. Yeah, and I like, to be perfectly honest, like the last hour before we came on here, we were in conflict. And I was like I'll give my perspective because that's the only thing I feel like I can give. We were so my work is growing rapidly, and I'm accelerating rapidly as well, and so there's a lot of change happening, and so there's a lot of, it is stressful, but it's not overtly stressful. And I don't do a wonderful job of, I internally process a lot of things, and I think, and I know Megan would like more external processing with her. And like during our walk, there were constant questions about like that were all work related. So could be questions around my boss or questions around like things that I've been working on and that kind of stuff. And I was hesitant to give any details because they're still in process. I don't know where they're going. And I instead of saying that, I lost it. And I was like, fine, here's everything that I'm doing. Blah, 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 blah. Are you happy? Like that type of reaction. So it wasn't the best way to handle it. But then we came back, and I think what we're circling around at the root of it is like, how do we have different conversations? Like we felt like we were having the same conversations over and over again. So she's looking for a deeper conversation on our walk, and I'm going, I don't want to talk about work anymore. I'm trying to turn that off and be present with you. And I didn't communicate that at all.
Mm.
And then it came back to the travel stuff again. And it's
right.
And so when she was gone, like I got her, like I took her car in to get washed and aligned and filled with gas and everything. And and then I brought dinner over tonight, and then it was like, oh, when are we doing our trip? Like we haven't done our trip yet, is how I felt. And I'm like, give me a second, like this brand new job, like give me a second to get this thing built and then we can go.
Well, why was that I asked that?
So what had happened was, like, we're trying to go to England in 2026. I don't have a passport. So like 3 or 4 months ago, I tried to get a passport. Turns out my birth certificate wasn't valid. So I ordered a new one. So 6 weeks later, I do go to another appointment. That one's not valid either. So now, yeah, by the way, if you need a passport, you got to order from the state health department. So yeah, long story short, but so now I've ordered one from the state health department. They emailed me with some additional questions, and I've been sitting on that email for 6 weeks. And I haven't done anything with it. Meg asked me to do something with it when she was in Morocco. I said, absolutely. I pulled it up on my computer and then never did anything.
Okay. So
Right.
yeah, so from my perspective, the only couple things that I heard while you were both talking was that I can see that a lot of times when I ask questions, what I'm seeking is a deeper connection and deeper conversation, and I try to find any way in that I can. And sometimes it's through work, sometimes it's through spirituality, sometimes it's through who knows. And I often find myself running into a wall of resistance. And so at that point, I shut down or I get frustrated. But what I heard from you was that's my opportunity to be the one who says,
How do you run a relate?
there was a word, breakdown. I think that we're at, here, there's a breakdown that's possible. And also, I don't like to be related to that way. I don't like it when you get angry with me, when I ask you questions and you create a space that doesn't feel good for me. So how can you do this differently and better? And then also an issue that has been one of the four horsemen or whatever the heck the Gottman saying is that when I ask you to do something and you say you will do it, whatever you say you're gonna do, I want you to do that thing. And
Bring it.
he didn't do.
Wait a minute. That gets a bell also. That's really important to me. I get it.
Yeah.
When that didn't happen, I wasn't trying to be accusatory. I was trying to be calm and just be like, what happened? Because there's something deeper than just the surface level. So I'm just like, what actually happened? Can you just express it? And that it didn't hit well. But what I see here is an opportunity to say, okay, I want to be related to in a different way. I want to be related to in the way that if I ask a question and you just don't want to talk about that thing, then just say, I really don't want to talk about that thing. Can we talk about something else? And if I ask you to do something and you say yes, then I know that you're capable of doing it.
May I interact with you both powerfully for a minute? I think if I do this, my hand's going to go up, and every time I do this on my screen in my office, a hand goes into the corner.
I think I turned that off, but
Oh, all right. So all these things are happening now. If I go like this, I'm scratching myself. All of a sudden, a thing goes up. So, I have a couple things to add to your notes on this. One is, I'm going to put myself in your shoes for a minute, Megan. If my partner said he was going to do the passport thing and I was away for 11 days and and I came home and he didn't do it, instead of asking questions, I'm giving you an option. Instead of asking questions, I might say, I need to let you know how disappointed I am. Like I'm really disappointed. I thought you would do it and you didn't do it. So I need you to know that I'm disappointed.
He hadn't done it. That's why I asked.
What?
I had to find out that he hadn't done it. So I had to ask, did that happen?
Oh.
Yes, I hear you. And what I triggered when I asked these questions was the not enoughness. So how do I without triggering not enoughness?
It's a good question.
That's really good. I have questions for Jake, but I would still go with, I guess I didn't know that you had to ask for it. So asking for, sometimes it's better, I'm going to just say this overall, to declare, like Jake, I'm going to give you this tool. You declare, I have a breakdown to tell you. If you remember, like obviously it must have been on your mind. You must have remembered. I need to let you know that I didn't act on the da-da-da. That way it's much better. It's a much better receive than having to pull it out of you, like, or whatever she's thinking, like about that. I have to ask questions to find this out. Just go, while you're away, I know I was supposed to do blah, 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 and I didn't do it. Well, I was even like so you did the car wash and you did the other stuff. This is wonderful. And that's not what she wanted. She might like it, but she wanted the passport acted on. So the one doesn't make up for the other. And there's nothing wrong. All there is it's a breakdown. I didn't do the thing that you thought I was going to do. And I
terrified to fly internationally. I am more scared of letting go.
Oh, got it. Okay, well,
it's extraordinarily frustrating to be like, you're not doing enough for me. That's how I feel.
Thank you so
much. For you. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, guys.
No.
This is perfect. And whoosh. Can you say whoosh?
Whoosh.
Yeah.
With all the stuff in it. Yeah, it's whoosh. And it's okay. And I feel you. So
I was going to ask you, I was going to go on a different line of questioning. I was going to ask you, when Megan asks you questions, what does that remind you of? Like I was going to go down the thing of, it might have been somebody in your past who asked you a lot of questions, an authority figure. But now the truth comes out, which is that you have a fear. Yeah. So thank you for that, because that's that is definitely,
You can work with that.
yeah, we can work with that. We
Yeah,
can work with that.
It's workable. All right, so I'm going to give you the tool. This is a tool. This is another tool that we have created that helps to really communicate what you just said, Jake. And Megan, it also helps you communicate everything that you want to communicate together in a partnership, right? Like you can get this all unraveled. The spaghetti doesn't have to, like, you can start to pull it all apart and get it so that it's manageable, right? Because without that, we're not given the tools. Lori rants on that all the time. I love to hear her say it, but she says, we don't get, we get geometry,
Never
blah, blah,
get
blah.
the tools to do this.
So here's the tool. It's called the agreements tool. Okay. And the framework is pretty simple. There's basically 3 steps. The first one, acknowledge what's not working. And I'm going to give you this, by the way. You'll get this. So you're going to have this in a PDF sent to your email. The first one is acknowledge what's not working. Each partner names what feels out of alignment, what feels unsafe or unfulfilling. So what's not working? And using I statements, you can say, I feel hurt when.
Or I feel disappointed, or I feel afraid.
Yeah.
Saying afraid is harder than
I feel misunderstood. I feel like I'm doing this with my daughter right now, guys. I feel misunderstood. I feel projected upon. I feel, you know what I mean? Like that, okay? Rather than putting blame on the other person. And here's your prompt. You can ask, how do you not want to be related to anymore? How do you not want to be related to anymore? So Megan, I'm gonna throw it like this is dice. I'm a chance. You may be being related to by Jake. I'm probably completely wrong here, Jake, but go with it. Like the interrogator. Like you're being related to as the interrogator. You can imagine yourself in that little room in the police department with the detective, and he's got stinky breath, and you know what I mean? Like, right? You're the interrogator.
Correct.
Yeah.
yeah.
So, where were you last night at 9 p.m.? Right? Like that. Okay. And how you don't want to be related to anymore is that. This question is, how do I want to be related to? Well, I want to be related to as your partner who's interested in you. And I desire to go deep with you. I want to be related to as that, right? So the first prompt is, how do you not want to be related to anymore? Okay. And you say it to each other. And it's basically, you're becoming aware of where the breakdown gap is, where that gap of not being able to communicate really clearly with each other. The next step is you need to analyze why it's not working. Take a few minutes and figure this out. So identify the root. Is it a values conflict? Maybe a boundary violation? Is it unmet desire?
It could remind me of my father. It could remind me of, it could remind me of the past.
Or could it be an unspoken fear? Fear that we haven't really said. So each partner gets to share their inner world in this situation. Like, what are your value? What's my value around this? I really want to travel, Jake. I want to have really incredible experiences with you, memories that we're forming and forging together that become part of our uniqueness, who we are together. Like that's a value. A boundary might be, keep your word or something like that. Your desire, I desire to know more about what's going on for you and how that's showing up in your life and what can I do to support you. And then the fear is exactly what you said, Jake. You can communicate your fear. So you want to analyze what's not working, which you basically just did. Okay, that's step 2. Step 3, oh, by the way, the outcome is to understand why this matters to each person. Why does this matter to you? Why does this matter to you? Okay. Then the third step is to create a solution that works for both of you. And how you can do that is this is all about the new conversation we were talking about earlier, right? You get to brainstorm some possibilities that would work for you. Like start with the question, how do you want to be related to? All right, now I know how you don't want to be related to. How do you want to be related to? What would be the difference? What would make the difference for you? So you might want to say that, Megan, to Jake. How do you want to be related to? Like you don't want to be interrogated. I get that. How can I ask you questions? Or maybe I can couch the conversation in a category. Hey, let's talk about travel. Let's talk about, you said dreams earlier, right? Let's talk about our dreams. Let's talk about what we want our relationship to look like in 5 years. Now, that's a conversation that if you were to start that way, then Jake would have some context as to what you're getting at. And he wouldn't feel so, what's going on? What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Can you see that?
Yes, but the conversation was me asking questions about work and
Okay.
conversation. So then what I should have said was, when I was feeling the resistance, okay, so I'm trying to create depth of connection and communication, and I'm feeling resistance. How can I do this differently?
Yes,
Perfect.
ding,
Yes. All right.
yes. The minute you're feeling the feeling, if you can give a voice to that, then you can say, wow, I'm feeling resistance. Like, okay, I'm not, something's not happening here. What do you need me to do? Or what do you need?
Yeah. And by the way, throughout this whole, these 3 steps, both of you could be whooshing. Like you really could. You could. This is not one of those easy conversations. This is a conversation. This is a tool that will get you to the place where you may have some wishes, but you get to work them out in the moment. And then all of a sudden the magic is, oh my God, we just got deeper here. We just got more intimate. Like I didn't know Jake had that fear. So in step 3, you're going to generate solutions that honor both of your values, that will protect your boundaries, that's going to fulfill at least part of your desires. That's going to open that up for you, and that'll also address and soothe those fears that you have. Like and honor those fears. I get it. Wow. It's not, I was afraid to fly.
Thank you. I was waiting for you to say it.
I was like, I can't bring my gun with me. Are you kidding me? How am I don't know how to go to Europe like that. You know, I mean, I got a knife, I got a thing that I can use, and I'm a pretty good fighter. I think I'm above average in fighting, but I don't have to want to do that. I don't really want to do that, but I'm always keeping my eye out. So I'm like super paranoid about getting to Berlin
That's the first trip we went to
and
together.
dealing with Berlinites, right? Dealing with the
I mean, we had been to South America, but going to
Germany.
Europe was different. Going to Germany for him was like really hard.
Yeah.
He was afraid. I'm Jewish. He doesn't, he thought that all the leftovers from like
The Nazis
the
were gonna
Nazis were going to come and get us. And he was really
put her on a train and take us to you know what I mean? Like I had a real
He
fear
must
about that.
know. He knows in his own way.
Yeah.
So
So you want to address that fear with your solution. And by the way, this is where the agreement comes in. So then you want to turn all of that into a clear agreement. Right? From now on, when I ask you a question, we will, and then you'll finish that sentence. Like from now on, when we will this. And you want to keep your agreements really simple, measurable, keep them like intentional, so within a time frame. The new agreement should feel fair, safe, and loving. That's the goal of the new agreement. So as you create this, as you go through these 3 steps, when you get to the end and you've got a solution that works for both of you, then create the agreement and write it out. Like put it down on paper. Okay. And I'll send you the PDF that you can do that with. You can print it out and fill all that out. Okay. Here are some prompts that we came up with that feel like would be really supportive for you. Here's a prompt. What value of mine, this is a question you might ask yourself, what value of mine is not being honored right now? And I'll put this in the chat, by the way. Let me put this in the chat. Yeah, the next one is what boundary did I fail to communicate clearly? These are just some of them. What desire feels overlooked? What fear is at play here? What am I afraid of? And how I want to be related to by you instead is ... And you will all get links. You will all get this in the email on how to create an agreement, how to use this technology to be able to work your way through. Okay. So questions.
Or comments?
Comments. Upgrades. Anybody have an upgrade to this? Way to make it better.
Another idea to make it better.
What was that?
No, I was just
Christine.
explaining to John what Michael was talking about.
Upgrade. I didn't know what upgrade was. I was thinking of upgrade, like moving to first class. So, can we talk a little bit?
Of
Yeah.
course.
Is it okay time to jump in? I
Perfect time.
think,
Yeah.
I think one of the challenges, and by the way, I know I can't speak for both of us, but I think it's fair to say we're both very much committed to our relationship. I mean, earlier today, Chris said, "I'm not training a new one after 46 years, so you're stuck with me." So we're together. We're stuck together, and so I feel like we've made incredible progress in our relationship since we first started with you in St. Petersburg like 5 years ago. And it took me kicking and dragging, as you know, to get there. But I don't always look forward to these sessions because they can be uncomfortable because there's just things will come up that are uncomfortable. And I think one of the challenges that we have, and it's solely on me, is that we're quietly working on our relationship kind of behind the scenes. So, a few things like if you remember from our conversation back in July when you guys came to visit us, there was an issue about my daughter and Chris and the relationship that the three of us have together. There's also an issue about me being on occasion very short with her. And so there's stuff that I'd like to think I'm quietly working on behind the scenes. And this book, the Let Them book, which to me was such a revelation, has been a help. And so I'm trying to be more mindful of that. But what we don't do is sit down, as you've described, with an agreement and sit there and have an active conversation. And so we'll have this 2-hour session together and we'll go back to our lives and we'll quietly work on our relationship without ever directly addressing the stuff that, we've talked about here. And so that's why the 3 days when you guys were in Fort Myers with us back in July was so impactful for us. It made huge strides because there was reinforcement over basically a 3-day period of who we were and where we need to be working on. And so I think the commitment that I'd like to make is to actively, who was it that talked about what's Thursday? What do you call it? Trashing Thursday or something?
Oh, tough talk.
Tough Talk Thursday.
Thursday.
And maybe we take a day, not to be but anyway, I think I'd like to commit some time to do this outside of this session here.
Excellent.
I agree. We do something called Straight Talk Sunday. We take an hour, Lori and I take an hour on Sunday, and we have straight talk. It's not necessarily a cough up, it's not a clearing, it's just straight talk about what's going on for the week. Something else that we implemented some time ago was our way of doing rituals. Every morning we greet each other. We don't sleep together, so
They do, but they do that too.
Yeah, you
John-
do that
John
as
and
well.
Chris have
We do.
a ritual.
we greet
Yeah.
each other, we give each other love, we hold each other 6-second hugs and kisses. We got that from the Gottmans. But those are some of the things that we do. So I know you are good at putting things in your calendar.
Yeah. What's wrong with that?
Put it in your calendar. Schedule it, man. Put it in your calendar. Yeah.
There's really no reason to not do it except that you haven't it eludes you, like you forget if you're not doing it. So after
the
this call, go in your account, decide on the day that it's going to be, go in
Right.
your calendar and put it in,
and it's
add it's
easy
an item
and it's
for every
easy
week.
and it's easy to keep the pattern that we've been living because it's been a long time. We've been together a long time. We've been through, you can imagine after 46 years, we've been through a lot of really good and
Some really bad.
yeah.
You know, we're a blended family. We have aging parents. We've moved several times, and we've been through some stuff.
Yeah.
So
I'm clear.
You're gladiators
I would just
in the
say,
world of relationship.
my
I
mother
would
called
just
us
say-
nomads.
just put it in your book and just see how it works. Do a weekly thing. I don't care if you're going to do it on Thursdays or you're going to do it on Sundays. Really doesn't, I don't care at all. For us, it works on Sunday the best.
Mhm.
And for somebody else, it works on a different time, but have straight talk or have whatever. Just put it in like it's like you would put in a business meeting, or you would put in your therapy session, or you would put in whatever. It's the business of life. It's just as important as a business meeting. It's really like,
Yeah.
open your calendar and do it. That's
Just do it.
just do it.
Nike
do it.
says.
Thank you.
Another Mel Robbins book is the 5-second rule.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'll give you the synopsis. Just count down from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 and fucking do it.
There you go.
Yeah.
Love that.
Yeah.
That
That's
was
how
her
she
first. That
starts
was the
the
first
book.
book I read of hers. Was the 5-second rule, and then the second one was the high five thing. High five myself in the mirror, and then the last one was this let them. And I got to tell you something. That woman is awesome. She is genius. She's coming to the Extraordinary Lovers Extravaganza. By the
What?
way,
What?
the Extraordinary Lovers Extravaganza in 2027, y'all. Okay. The next year, I'll give you a kind of a roadmap of how things are going to go over the next year. We're going to do 4 more Extraordinary Lovers throughout 2026 as we're building our program. We'll have a self-paced learning program so people can actually get the tools online without having to go to a live thing. If they want to come to a live thing, they can, but they'll be able to get something that's affordable and they can go through over and over again. You'll all get access to it. Okay. You're just going to have it. We want you to have it. So you'll have that. And then we're going to expand that, but over time through 2026, as we're building, we're going to then start looking at teacher training. And that's 2027. And then at the end of 2027, this is exciting. So excited. At the end of 2027, we're going to have the Extraordinary Lovers Extravaganza. We are going to announce our level 2 program. Yeah. It's
Yes.
called Legacy.
Yes.
Extraordinary Lovers Legacy. How to develop legacy inside of your relationship. I get chills. I'm so excited. So yeah, and Chris, you have been instrumental in helping us to figure out the phases and how to make these things happen. Thank you so much for that, really. And Megan, we got to talk. We got to talk.
Yep.
All right.
All right, so let's just see if there's any questions right in this moment. You're sending everybody the PDFs,
Mhm.
the prompts, the whatever. I'm really interested. I just want to know how Jake feels. I have I have this thing, like I feel like you gave a big admission, and like I want to know how you feel now. Like at first you were still kind of,
I mean,
I was reading so I want to know how you are.
it wasn't a new thing to know in our relationship. I've said it several times.
Okay,
Oh,
great. But you just admitted in front of a whole bunch of other people. So
Yeah, like I have valid reasons for being scared of it.
He's also been naked in front of a room of people with
I
you,
have.
Lori. So, this is not quite as much of a scary. No, I'm just kidding.
It's significantly
I
more.
had
Oh, it
I had
is.
his whole package in my
Significantly
hand.
more.
Wow.
Yeah, international. That's what was international travel.
No, I mean the admission.
Oh no. Oh yeah. No, the emissions.
Yeah. So
All right, I just wanted to check in, and I also want to know if there's any way, because we actually lived through this same kind of scenario, and so if there's any way that we can be supportive to you.
yeah.
Michael was really scared to go with me to Europe the first time. So he might be this time too. I don't know.
I'm always nervous going to a new country. We're going to Spain and then Slovenia and then Japan and potentially, I don't know if we decided yet, potentially Vietnam and Cambodia. I'm the one place I really want to go, we haven't gone yet. And I want to go.
Where?
Egypt.
Oh.
We'll go
I want to go to
Egypt with you.
I want to say every one of us gets on a plane and goes to Egypt. I want to go to
Extraordinary
Egypt.
Lovers, Egypt.
Be like a trip. Because I want to see the pyramids.
Yeah. I'm in.
Feel the pyramids. I don't want to see them. I want to feel them.
On my list.
You know? Something that helped me, Jake, really get, I think be okay with some of this travel that Lori wants me to that we're about to embark on. Something that helped me was that I recognized that although I couldn't bring some of the tools that I normally would bring, like my gun, whatever. What I recognize is that I've got a pretty good eye, and I know how to read a room, and I can see who the dangerous ones are and who's not, and I know what to do. So I was like, I know what to do, and I have a sense that you know what to do. Like, you know what to do in a hard situation. You know what to do when it's red line and you have to deal with something. So I would say that I have a lot of faith in your ability to do that, and for you to be able to know what the environment is and what it looks like. So I know that there's no safe places anymore, only safe people. And I recognize that the people that I'm with in my life that I allow into my circle are safe, and that I'm safe. And so anywhere Lori goes, she knows that she's safe. And that's really my main priority when we're traveling, is that she's safe. So I guess I ramble all that out to say that I think you're safe. Like, you're a human being who knows how to deal with trouble, and you can take care of things. And so I know that.
I just see you nodding your head, but you guys, I've been detained at a border, and not let in. Like it's legit fear. So it's not fear of being in the place of Berlin. It's like actually getting across the border. And
Got it.
it's not something that any of us can fight. Like you're going against a government.
Yep.
Right.
You're fucked.
I get it.
Yeah.
Thank you. I've had some experience with that, but not personally, but with people I was with. So I hear that.
Truth be known, that's the reason I'm not going to the UK. I will not go to the UK.
And that's and that's where we want to go. And that's now it's scary for me too. Like so that's it's
I'll
all
go
part of
anywhere
it.
else.
Ireland. I'll go to Ireland and I'll go to
All part of it.
Scotland. I wouldn't go. Well, even Scotland's UK, but it's a tough one because man, their laws have really fucking changed, and they're not
And that's what they're saying about the US. too.
they're not US
Okay,
friendly
so
anymore.
hold on a minute. If it wasn't about the location, then what would it be?
If it wasn't about the location,
I'm not talking to you. I'm saying as a whole. Because
Oh,
that's not the issue.
What do you mean?
It's not about the UK.
yeah.
No, it's
Oh, it's all about it would for me, it would just be about that location. Like there's a couple places that I don't want to go. I don't want to go to the Ukraine. I won't go there. Poland is another place that I have some trouble with, and just because Putin has mentioned and is acting in a way that looks like he's going to Poland. And the UK government has kind of lost their way, and they've lost their way in a really in a way that's, I don't know. It's for me, it's difficult to understand how they got there, but if you understand the current cultural and legal things that they're doing, they're pulling people out of their homes and putting them in jail for writing things on Facebook, and they're searching American Facebook posts so that when they come in, they actually get arrested. It's pretty wild. So yeah, be careful with that. I don't think you write things, Jake. I don't even. Yeah, I follow you, so I don't see you saying anything weird, or not weird, but that might be troublesome. But that's a real thing, Megan, and I apologize for saying it.
I don't have any attachment to England.
I do. That's the problem. That was our bridge, and like
Right.
Oh, well, I will invite you to many other places, or Megan can, like she's been many other places. Chris, where are you two thinking about living? Chris and Lita.
Yeah, our we by the way, we've lived outside of the country. We've already done this for 2 years. 12 years ago, we did Panama, and Panama was a
Yeah.
wonderful experience. It was so good, in fact, that I just want to do it again, and maybe again one more time. But go and spending a couple of years somewhere and integrating into their, the land and using that place as jump off points was such an amazing experience. We love Italy as an option. We also maybe Bali is another idea, and definitely wouldn't be opposed to somewhere in South America,
Argentina, Mendoza,
like Argentina. Yeah,
We love
Argentina, baby.
Love Argentina.
Argentina's great.
Venezuela.
Okay, some of the other places
No,
are
not Venezuela.
not Venezuela. No, Portugal. Oh my God! I just want you to know, Portugal, Lisbon, especially, fantastic. Food is great. It's like being in San Francisco without all the traffic, like the up and down. It's great there, and there's some architecture that will blow your mind, and it's inexpensive.
We're going to Barcelona. I can't wait for you to hear what you say after that.
Oh, okay. So I've never been to Barcelona. Barcelona. You can't say it like that. You have to say it with a little bit of a lift.
Barcelona.
Catalan.
So,
All right, I want you to find the song.
you want me to find it?
Yeah.
Hey, Laurie.
Oh,
Hey, before
Yeah.
you guys go, so your travel is it still ISTA related? And I don't mean to be personal, but
Yes. Okay, so I'm going to Northern Cal on October 19th. I have a speaking engagement that night, and then 2 days later is ISTA, and then I come home I have 1 day. And then the next day we leave for Spain. So it's
But
the wedding. It's a wedding in
Oh.
Barcelona of an ISTA lead named Raffaello and his
Okay.
partner Diana. And so they're getting married and they're doing like a 5-day shindig outside of Barcelona. We won't get there exactly the day everybody's supposed to get there, but we'll get there.
We'll get there.
And then we're staying in somebody's mansion outside of Barcelona who's also an ISTA grad. That's how we met him. He's an amazing guy.
Welcome to my.
Actually, John, may know his brother. I think his brother was in your ISTA. But anyway, we're staying with Jamie Ziegelbaum. There was a Ziegelbaum, I think, at your ISTA.
Don't remember.
And then from there, we're going to the dentist in Slovenia. And we're going to spend a few days in Slovenia. I want to show him Ljubljana. It's a beautiful old world charm city that has not been
Well,
noticed by terrorists or anyone like that. Like it's off the grid of people. Most people doesn't have a lot of tourism. It's beautiful, river running through the city. And we're going to he's going to the dentist, my dentist. And from there we fly to Japan, and that I have ISTA Japan for
the reason I'm asking all this is this still viable? That's really what I was getting at, or is it dying? Because I'm reading Frank's stuff on
don't read it.
Facebook. He's going off the grid. It looks like. I know.
Oh, Frank.
And he's writing about me, which is like attacking me. So
Oh, I didn't see
not
that part.
oh yeah, he's been attacking me. So
Let them.
So listen, we can talk about that separately if you want to
Okay,
have a
never mind.
conversation.
Sorry, didn't mean to.
Hard to predict right now what's happening with it, but I know for me that I'm off the council, which is like being off the board, and I feel much better. My
Good.
jaws aren't clicking as much. My neck's not this, and I still feel the training is viable. I have almost 60 people in NorCal, and right now I have 36 people signed up in Japan. By the time we get there, there'll be 50. So it's still happening. At least mine are. I can't speak for anybody else, but mine are filling.
Good.
Yeah.
So, but my Argentina just got canceled
Mm,
for next year.
yeah.
So, it's, it's this and that.
Don't worry about it. We're going to start our own ISTA.
What you're doing.
Yes, please.
There you go.
I'm starting to teach Tantra again, and I'm having the best. The class you didn't come to, John, is going to be available to you.
Absolutely.
And we're doing Extraordinary Lovers, and I'm going to do some new stuff. So
Exciting.
It's coming.
yeah.
So what is it? Who is this by, honey? Oponopono? Who's it by?
Oponopono by Ria Sokol.
Ria Soko.
You should put in her name. RIYA SOKOL.
That one right there.
This one, yes. All right, so we're going to play you the song. We did this. Imagine 50 people singing this to each other and telling each other things that they did, and then everyone forgiving each other. It was theirs.
I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. Ho'oponopono, ponopono, ponopono. Ho'oponopono, ponopono, ponopono. I love myself. I'm sorry. I forgive myself and I give thanks to me. I love myself. I'm sorry. I forgive myself and I give thanks to me.